All right, we're going to talk about how to prospect for reputation management customers or prospects using our platform and doing it through postcards. Now, there's a little bit of a story behind this one in the sense that I was talking to a group of marketers, and what I realized is that they started to use these little plastic cards in their reputation management services. Now, these plastic cards, you've seen them before. Think of it like a badge scan going in and out of a building. It's an RFID card. And what they were doing is they were buying them in bulk and then programming them up for businesses, and they would give it to a business owner, and a business owner would take this card and they would ask their customers if they'd be open to leaving them a review. And what they would do is they would take that card and they would tap it onto the person's phone, and then when they tapped it onto the person's phone, that would automatically on the person's phone pull up the form to leave that business owner a review on Google. And what I learned is a lot of times, because of phone cases and everything else, those cards actually don't work too well. So the way they compensated for that is they would put the QR code on the card itself. And what I learned is that 9 times or more out of 10, when the thing doesn't scan, people would just use the QR code and basically accomplish the same result. And so if you keep that story in mind, that is really how this whole thing came about. What we want to do is be able to get the right message to the right person at the right time for outbound prospecting. And when you get those 3 things to line up is when you start to gain a lot of traction and interest in customers. And so the right person, we're going to find that person right here. I'm going to show you the search I have, and I'm just going to take out of 40 results, how many of them are below a 4.0. So I got 13 of them. All 13 of these would really be great candidates for reputation management. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click on one of these. Now, if they have a website, which this particular one doesn't have one listed, it would pull a screenshot. But the piece we're going to talk about here today is sending them a postcard. Now, keep in mind, my developer account here has got a lot of just different things in it. But you would have a postcard that's a reputation management type postcard. And mine's in test mode, so I don't just send all these postcards automatically, but I would say, send this postcard. And what we're doing right now is we're going out and we're grabbing a screenshot of their Google business profile. We're taking and building a postcard on demand, on the fly. And the other thing that we're going to put on the postcard is that card that I just talked about, that card for the business owner that they can use on their customers to say, hey, would you be open to leaving me a review on Google? And if they say yes, they say, perfect. Do you mind just scanning this QR code? And when they scan that QR code, it's going to automatically load up the form for the Google business profile to leave them a review. And I'm going to show you that postcard now. You can see that it's already done. So let me go ahead and click on that view postcard. And while this loads, here it is, this is their Google business profile. You can see they have a 3.0 with only 2 reviews. So they clearly need help here. And what we do is you can customize whatever messages you want. This is just one that I put on here for a demo purpose. But what you're going to see is, imagine you're the business owner, and in the mail you get this 6x9 glossy postcard, really high quality postcard, and it says that, hey, this postcard's programmed to get your business reviews. Now you can see I have this in test mode. That wouldn't be there on an actual printed card. But what's going to happen is the business owner is going to scan this QR code to activate the card. On the first scan, it brings them to a form, and when they fill in that form with their name, email address, all that stuff, that will go into your CRM automatically as a new lead. And then the card becomes activated. And what I mean by that is the next time and every time after they activate the card, where this QR code is scanned again. Now imagine the business owner saying, hey, would you mind scanning this and leaving me a review? They scan it. It's going to automatically bring them to the form to leave a review for that business. So this is a really high value piece for prospecting. And you can customize the message on the back and tell them anything you want. You can put all of your information about your business and how to contact you here on the back. All of that is customizable. But for these particular postcards, what you're able to do is utilize this as a prospecting piece for businesses to be able to start getting reviews on their Google business profile. Now, what's also really nice about this, I talked about getting the right message to the right person. I've showed you those 2 things. What we've done is we've gotten the right person. They need reputation management. We're giving them the right message, which is you need reputation management. But how do we manage the right timing? Inside of the postcards themselves, when they scan that QR code, anytime they scan that QR code, we're going to track that here in our system, and we're going to tell you the last date that it was scanned. So imagine you mailed the business owner a postcard, they didn't get their mail for a month, and you were calling them and all these things, and they have no idea what you're talking about, if you actually connected with them, etc. And then all of a sudden, a month later, they got their mail and they cut this card out and they started using it. That becomes the right time to reach out to this prospect. And if they're using it enough, they're doing all of the things you need them to do to sell them reputation management, which is just get more reviews for you to work with. And as soon as you see that they've gotten more reviews and that they've been using your card to do, that is your time to reach out to them and say, hey, Mr. Customer, I noticed that you've been getting more reviews with that card. I'm the person who sent you that card. Can I tell you how to make these reviews get you more customers with the rest of my platform called Reputation Management? And that's how you work on getting a prospect all the way through the funnel. From a piece of data, we figure out who they are, we get them the right message, we give them something of value, and that also creates the right time for us to reach out to them. And that is our reputation management postcards here in our platform. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Always happy to help.